All right. Welcome back, Scotties. Sorry I had a late start here, but here in the second quarter, your Scots are up 23-9 with dominant showings from Davis Lee, Dylan Walker, and Ryder Wyatt, both already in 5-plus point totals. So far, your Scots have capitalized on bad ball control, great defense, including multiple steals, and I guess, how would I explain it, out-of-bound ball saving from your centers like Ryan Phillips and others. And so far, your Scots look to take a commanding first-half lead. Scots have shot the ball very well, using set plays called by Coach Bean early in the first, speared by Ryder White and Davis Lee's terrific shooting. As Walker nabs a rebound from the free throw and shoves it over to Flynn Hatch, who looks to slow up the pace here. Wells Milton calling out plays here. Gives it up to Hatch. Milton over to Jackman. Over to Seville. Really trying to spread the ball here, trying to find a hole in the defense. Jackman pushes on his defender. Flynn Hatch hesitates. Milton trying to slow up the pace, trying to get a solid pick and roll action from Jackman. Doesn't fall. Another one from Hatch, and foul on Flynn Hatch. Scott starting out a little bit sloppy in the second quarter. Mainly due to some good adjustments by Hutch. But we will look to rebound soon. Ooh, travel there. Wells Milton had an easy fast break too. Looks to be frustrated, but I bet he's not disappointed by the result. Walker giving the screen. Ball to Walker, over to Seville. Now you may recognize a new face, at least, or a familiar one if you watched last year, as Walker gets a hard foul, and he will go to the line for two. But a good friend of the broadcast, Ryan Phillips, has returned to the lineup, number 22, a.k.a. Shaggy. You may remember him last year from being one of the centers, along with Preston Taylor, who has moved up to varsity, and will look to make his debut today as the football season has ended. And he obviously played football. Ryan will look to make an immediate impact, providing another big on top of Lizelle, Jackman, and Hatch. As Walker nails the free throw. Walker with 8 so far. And Highland Park is back to the trap that worked so effectively in that first quarter. And that does work, but it looks like Walker fouled, and he will go to the line for two. Very unexpected block there from Walker. I didn't know he could really do that. Good on you, Walker. First one's up and out. Now their Scotties. The Scotties have come off of a really rough day yesterday as some miscommunication happens to who is inbounding and passing the ball. But yesterday, these Highland Park Scotties, football-wise, took a loss to Denton Ryan, 17-7. A very hard-fought game on both ends. Defense played superb. Our offense could not go through, and the whole Scotty community is really hurting right now after that loss because these boys have played so hard for the whole season. As Thomas Jackman gets an and one. Some of you may know this is the last game of non-district play as these Scotties look to remain undefeated going into district play, which is notably easier as Walker grabs the rebound and has a cute fadeaway for two. Seville is leading the trap set along with Hatch and Jackman, resetting into normal defensive system right now. Seville looking to play some effective basketball as of late as he lets up two to make the score 28-13 with 5 left. Milton over to Walker, back to Milton. Walker wanted the shot, but he will go to the baseline, trying to get a fancy finish, gets it into a contested Bartu, who fouls as he wanted to get to, and Davis Lee and Todd McPherson will sub in. Well as Milton and Dylan Walker to sub out. Dylan Walker has 10 already in this first half, being your Highland Park Scotties' leading scorer. Shot is up. Off the back rim. Thomas Jackman tried to get a rebound there. Did not fail, but Jackman does get a cool-looking block, I'll tell you that. That'll definitely rebound his missed rebound. That was a horrible joke, by the way. Hutch to inbound. Bad ball control, and he is out of bounds. Scotty's ball. McPherson to lead the offense with 4:20 left in the second quarter. McPherson is probably the one man you want to lead the offense right now as Seville misses a three and Lee gets it into Hatch for an and one. Good job there, Flynn. Coach Bean has entrusted Todd with the offense and how running it, being a sort of silent leader as he is a more quiet person than all the other teammates of his. Free throw is out. And you will see 2 junior bigs sub into the game in Ryan Phillips and Charlie Lozelle. McPherson tries to contest, but to no avail. That's 2 for Hutch. White over to Hatch in the corner. Hatch does not make the 3. And Hutch is going to try to get some easy points off that, which they will. 30-17, Scotties. McPherson trying to slow up the pace here. White, Jackman, and Jackman is going to travel. And Lozelle and Phillips will sub in for Jackman and Hatch. Now you may remember Charlie Lozelle is a paint-dominating power forward. And Ryan sort of plays the same role as Charlie would, too. But Charlie, in a defensive set and an offensive set, can really lead both sides as he can facilitate, which is not uncommon for today's era of centers. But it's at least really cool to see how much the NBA is impacted down below as Phillips sets a pick for McPherson. Lee on the wing, and Lee is going to travel. And so far, really, these only turnovers in the second quarter have been off of travels. Coach Bean, I bet, will definitely be doing a drill on Monday for it. Lozelle contests. Gets it not to fall. Lee with the rebound. Lee is going to drive, and he's going to get fouled. And he'll go to the line for two. First one's up. Off the front rim. Previously spoke with Todd McPherson, not pregame, but at least before the game, and he talked to me about how well they've played in non-district games. He said they're very proud about how well they've played offensively and defensively, and he thinks if they win this game, they will probably go undefeated as White soars out to contest the pass. Great play there from White to stop some momentum. Going back to that trap set that was so notorious in the Ryan Phillips, Preston Taylor era. As Phillips swings it over to McPherson, who swings it into Lozelle, and Lozelle is hit the ball out of bounds. Lozelle had that stolen by number 5 of Hutch. McPherson gets it back into Lozelle, who gives it up to White. Lee in the corner. Falls off the right end of the rim. Phillips does contest that shot and gets it not to fall. Lee trying to break his man, and Lee draws a foul. As Coach Bean marks out a play of a set and run for this inbound for Ryder White. Lee on the baseline, he was wide open. That was pretty. Tell you what, great play design there from Coach Bean. Lozelle and McPherson on the trap. Back to White. Looks like Ryan Phillips just absolutely blocked that man to the next area code. Now, some of you may be wondering, why are we bringing out Charlie Lozelle, a big man, to play perimeter defense? And that is one of the trademark, I would say, I guess, traits of that defense as a ball soars out of bounds. Scotty Ball. It's to put 2 big men, at least, up on the top of the perimeter for intimidation as they use their long frames, which definitely would confuse a lot of players. As McPherson gets in the corner, easy 3 there for McPherson. He's got 5. As you can see, what I'm talking about is Lozelle guarding at half court, and Lozelle. Ooh. Speak of McPherson, he just drew a nice foul, but Lozelle and Phillips were high up on floor, with Phillips being at the free throw line and Lozelle being at the half-court marker. McPherson trying to get intimidated. It does not work. Ball stolen from Ryder, and it's, I believe, going to be Hutch ball. 16.2 left in the quarter. Scots have a 36-17 lead. Quick bucket for Hutch, leading into the end of the second quarter, and Lee looking for a miracle. Over to White, and White gets fouled on the three. A little bit of miscommunication between White and McPherson there, as White goes to the line for three. Excuse me. Looks like both White and McPherson wanted that last shot. Lee was really trying his hardest to push the ball up, as 2 free throws fall for Ryder White. And Coach Bean will pull his bigs back to play defense. And they will leave the clock running, and that is your final score for the first half. 37-19 Highland Park Scots. My name is Owen Marie, and I'll see you in a quick minute. Topeka, Kansas. Topeka, Kansas. Topeka, Kansas. All right, welcome back, Scotties. Real great first half for your Highland Park Scotties, and they've been very efficient offensively and defensively. Going back to that set we saw back last year with Preston Taylor and Ryan Phillips, as Ryan makes a return to the lineup. Wilmer Hutchins has played some solid basketball here in this first half. Only really need to step it up is just being more efficient off that press. They made a lot of turnovers off that. They definitely need to keep ball control as a strong point of focus for the second half. And they probably need to score a lot better. They have taken really bad shots. They've taken shots where Lozelle is right up in their face. They've taken shots when they're, I guess, Dylan Walker has had a couple blocks. You don't see Dylan making blocks every single day. So another point of emphasis there is shot selection. They need to be better with spacing, too. Spacing is definitely going to be a problem because I've seen many plays where there'll be two players right beside each other. They're literally hitting each other, like touching each other, and that's definitely not what you want to see on the basketball court. And final thing, just passing, more consistent passing, because I remember seeing a play where the big found a hole in the zone, literally perfect, and the guard did not pass. So Wilmer Hutchins, you're playing great basketball. It's just these 3 points of emphasis that you really need to focus on for these next 2 quarters. Big point for the Scotties, though, I would also say spacing. In particularly that last play where we were trying to push the ball up with 7 seconds to go. And McPherson and White were in the exact same place at the exact same time trying to get that ball. A little bit more coherence within the lineup. Starting lineup for the second half is Lee, White, McPherson, Lozelle, and Phillips. And your Highland Park Scotties take their final half of non-district play before, obviously, district play. Lee to White. Lee pops a 3. Does not fall, but Lozelle gets that rebound and does not fall. But White gets it up and draws a foul. He'll go to the line for 2. What I've noticed about this Wilmer Hutchins team is that their coach is very, very loud, and that's definitely not a bad thing. made some key mistakes in the first quarter of this Wilmer Hutchins team, and he was very livid about it. Back to the trap set that we used in the first quarter that was so effective. Wilmer Hutchins communicating, but it fails as White steals the ball and gets confusing set of plays there. Was that, Don't worry, viewers. I'm just as confused as you about what happened there. I thought White had drawn a foul, but it does remain Scotty's ball. Lee leading the offense here over to McPherson. Phillips hands it off to McPherson, who gets it over to Lozelle. And White is going to slow down this tempo, trying to find an open shot on the perimeter. Phillips is going to get fouled. He'll go to the line for two. Oh, excuse me. He is going to get an inbound set. White going to pop a quick three. Does not get it to fall, but McPherson does nab the rebound. Looks like White wants to drive here, but kicks it out to Lee. Lee's going to pop. Does not get it to fall. Lee is definitely not having the day he would want from the three-point line, as he is kind of known as a Steph Curry of the team. Not comparing him to Steph Curry at all. I'm just saying he was a very good three-point shooter. Lee's going to get it into Phillips, who's going to hand it off to Lee, who's going to get it to Lozelle in the corner. And Lozelle does not get that to fall, but Lee is going to get another rebound. This Wilmer Hutchins team is definitely getting out-rebounded right here. And travel for your Highland Park Scotties. Wilmer Hutchins is going to have to reevaluate what they are doing wrong, as a 20-point lead has occurred for the Highland Park Scotties now. Phillips tries to dry charge, but it fails as Wilmer Hutchins gets two in the paint. McPherson going to try to slow it down. Kicks it over to Lozelle. Over to Phillips. McPherson giving it into Phillips, and Phillips gets two. First points of the game there for Phillips. Definitely had the opportunities to get points, but he just had so many fouls occurred on him. Scotty's getting really responsive with passing right now, getting their hands on the ball. Probably a point of why I said they needed to focus on passing and ball control, as Wilmer Hutchins looks very sloppy right now. But I can definitely see them turning it around to give it a cutting into 5-point lead here in the third and maybe later in the fourth. White on the perimeter. Fumbles the ball, Wilmer Hutchins does, or their point guard. Sounded like Yoda there. It was kind of funny. Lozelle grabs the ball after a bad sequence there for Wilmer, and McPherson drives, and one for McPherson. McPherson is having a pretty solid day today. My red-headed fellow has got 7 pending a free throw, which falls. So Todd, more known for facilitating and leading the offense in general, has got himself a solid point total for today as he tries to get a steal but fails, which leads to a Wilmer Hutchins response with 2 points. Lee's going to kick it over to White, who's going to work it around. Phillips with the three. Does not fall, but he gets the rebound, slings it in, and Lozelle, who kicks it out to White. Sorry. A little bit of a mispronunciation. But in the end, it really doesn't matter. Ryan Phillips gets 2 at the other end. Or off the rebound. Not at the other end. Excuse me. McPherson forces that ball out, and it's going to be a discussion from the refs, and it looks like it's going to be Wilmer Hutchins' ball after an early sign said it was going to be Scotty. Lozelle on the perimeter, kicking it into the big 3 from Hutchins, falls, and Lee grabs the rebound and kicks it over to White, and White throws a baseball pass to Lozelle that is just off target. White has 8 today. Lee has 10. McPherson, previously mentioned, has 8 as Wilmer Hutchins jacks a 3. And foul on Scotty's. Charlie Lozelle has 2 today. And Ryan Phillips has 4. As Wilmer Hutchins nails a 3 to cut the deficit to 17. Or, excuse me, 20. White driving in, hesitates, gets it into Lozelle, who goes up tough with it, and it hits the front rim. Missed mid-range jumper, and it is going to be Scotty ball after a reach-in foul. And whole new fresh set here as Jackman, Hatch, and Dylan Walker are going to sub in, with White and Lee being your remaining 2 out of that set. Jackman trying to get it over to Walker. Walker pops a 3. And it's going to go around the world. And that rebound is going to be tipped out of Flynn Hatch's hands. Hutchins' ball. Hutchins pulls a 3. Bang! Solid play there. Quick response there for Hutchins. Trying to cut that lead down to at least 17. Lee gets it into Jackman. Jackman, a towering tower, I guess. Best way to describe him. He's a solid 6'7" at the age of sophomore. In high school, at least. No, he's definitely not a college sophomore, but. Free throw falls. And pending this free throw, he will have 3, 4. Dylan Walker wanted that steal there after a very high pass forced by the height of Flynn Hatch, and ball is last touched by Jackman. First free throw's up for Hutchins and rolls out the back of the rim. And Wilmer Hutchins' second free throw will fall. Flynn Hatch gets an easy miss too. Ooh, there for Flynn. Flynn is going to be upset with him after that, after the Wilmer Hutchins defense had a brain fart as Flynn Hatch snuck into the back unnoticed. But luckily, Flynn has been fouled, and he will go to the line for 2 to get revenge for his missed opportunity. First free throw is up for Hatch, and it is good. Second free throw is up, and it's good too. So Hatch has 4 today. Milton and Seville will sub in the game. Ooh. Solid defensive play there by Hatch, forcing the ball out on his feet. Slow tempo here for Wilmer Hutchins, trying to get at least some sort of tempo back. 3 is going to fall. Walker is going to push the tempo. Walker's going to swing it over to Hatch. Hatch is going to fumble the ball a little bit, but he will get it into Jackman. Jackman is fouled hard. I believe he got hit in the head, and he would go to the line for 2. First free throws up and in for Thomas Jackman. He has 5. Pending this free throw, he will have 6, which he does hit. You may have noticed a special guy check in for Wilmer Hutchins, number 44. Got some late game minutes. Walker moving around to the wing. Milton's going to swing it over to Seville. Walker into Jackman. Jackman is going to get a quick 2, which will push him up to 8. Hatch is going to swing it over to Milton. Milton will drive. Solid finish there by Milton as he cradles the ball like a baby to get 2, the first of his game. Milton wanted to sling it there for 3 towards the end of that quarter, but time running out. 56-30, your Highland Park Scots, as the fourth quarter will start in a quick minute. Don't worry, there will be more basketball after this as your varsity team will take on Wilmer Hutchins. So get ready to listen to Coach Clark and others as they look to get a win here to start out the new year, 2021. Tell you what, it's already been a lot better than 2020, I tell you that much. Quick update on some collegiate basketball. Your UT Longhorns absolutely dominated the Kansas Jayhawks in the Allen Fieldhouse, winning 84-59. Texas hit 12 threes in their rout of the number 3 team in the nation as they look to move up into the top 5 after that win. Some astounding play here from your Longhorns as they have definitely improved with the addition of a 5-star power forward in the name of Greg Brown and other key additions, including Shaka Smart growing hair, as Walker nabs the ball off the ground. Sorry for using the word thing, but Walker does get a dunk. So that's pretty nice, as Milton touches the ball as it goes out of bounds. But to continue the UT Longhorns talk, they have played some really solid basketball as of late, causing me to buy a jersey to root for my Longhorns, as our football season has not been going the best. As Walker gets a block, rebounded by Jackman, slung over to Walker in the same fashion as he got that dunk, and he gets another 2. Walker's got 14. Walker's going to get another steal, and Flynn Hatch is going to throw it out. And sloppy play there from your Highland Park Scots, as an easy 2 turned into a turnover, which the Wilmer Hutchins basketball team will look to capitalize on. Jackman with the rebound. Flynn Hatch is going to get an easy 2 there off of a pass from Wells Milton. Walker going to try to set a charge there, but to no avail. Hutchins looking to get a chip in on that 30-point deficit. Flynn Hatch on the perimeter. William Jackman gets a rough and tough rebound to add to his total. Look to the bench. Your starters for your Highland Park Scots will be coming in, excluding Charlie Lozelle, as he started the game out on the bench. Charlie Lozelle, Ryan Phillips, Todd McPherson, Ryder White, and Davis Lee will sub into the game. As they will look to finish out this fourth quarter. McPherson is going to get a pass. No, excuse me. Ryder White's going to play some fancy basketball after a steal, but to no avail, as Davis Lee's 2 falls out of the rim. Ooh. Really tough play there for Wilmer Hutchins, as Highland Park helps number 44 back up. Ooh! Charlie Lozelle almost caught a lob there from Todd McPherson. And Davis Lee is going to get a steal, who will throw it up to McPherson, who is going to get a layup and easy 2 there. That would have been really fun to see. High schoolers catching a lob. And I wouldn't happen to see that in a million years. I would see that if I was watching IMG or a big-time basketball school, but definitely not a public school. White with the rebound after some tough defense from Charlie Lozelle, who is going to drive and try to kick it out to someone who he thought was there. And Ryder White almost got away with that backcourt, but it is called a little bit later. Wilmer Hutchins' ball to... Ooh. Please excuse me for that missed call. It looks like Highland Park will retain possession over the basketball. After some arguing there from the referees, The call is reversed after the reverse of the call. Ryder White trying to be sneaky there to get a steal off the inbound, but he backs away at the last minute. Kind of funny to watch there. Lizelle going to contest the shot. And Davis Lee's going to run to the other end of the court for absolutely no reason. I bet he expected a fast break to occur. Hit off the inbound by Ryder White. Davis Lee's looking to run again. Might as well just get him to do laps around the court. And that is going to be a technical foul. And Ryder White will have 5. And it looks like Ryder White's going to come out the game. Thomas Jackman is going to console Ryder White after he got teed up. And Wells Milton wants to stub in the game, but Coach Bean will call a timeout. (64-30), 34-point lead for your Highland Park Scots. Leading scores for Wilmer Hutchins, number 1, number 5, and number 10. And for your Highland Park Scotties, number 2, Davis Lee, and number 13, Todd McPherson, are tied, but Dylan Walker had a superb showing with 14 points. With 3:58 left to go for your Highland Park Scotties in the fourth quarter as they look to finish out non-district play undefeated and will go into district play undefeated. Coach Bean having a little fun with his bench, conversing back and forth. Davis Lee on perimeter, trying to get a steal to get a fast break that he's always wanted after you saw him run to the under end of the court twice, as he will run for the fast break once again. I'm telling y'all, just get him to run laps. It's the only way he's going to get his energy out. Kid wants points. He's hungry. As Wilmer Hutchins will get fouled, and they will go to the line for 2. Second free throw will fall. McPherson will swing the ball over to Walker, who swings it back to McPherson. McPherson will throw it into Phillips, and Phillips will get 2. Lizelle on the perimeter along with Lee and McPherson. Charlie Lizelle trying to get a block there, but some tough play there from number 1 will get him into double digits. McPherson spins away from the defender, gets a pick from Lozelle and a pick from Phillips, and Lozelle will grab the ball and out of bounds. Wilmer Hutchins' ball with 2:34 left in the game, 66-33, 33-point lead for your Highland Park Scots as a new set comes into play with Flynn Hatch, Dylan Walker, Thomas Jackman, Wills Milton, and Barty Seville. Walker will get the rebound and push it up to Milton, who will stop, give it up to Walker, who will drive and get 2 off the assist from Wells Milton. Unselfish play there from Wells, as he could have gotten an easy 2, but decided to stop, hesitate, check his options, and give it up to Walker for an easy 2 as he tries to get a steal there. Nice pass there. And they will get 2. Wells Milton to command the offense as they are going to close this game out. Gets a pick from Walker. Throws it up for Walker, who tries to get a layup. Bad pass there from Milton, causes a turnover. Jackman will get the rebound and sling it like a baseball up to Milton, who will get 2. Milton has 4. Dylan Walker has 16. Thomas Jackman has 8. Flynn Hatch has 6. As Wilmer Hutchins grabs the shot, gets an and 1 off a missed 3. And your Highland Park Scots will most likely close this game out sooner than later. Davis Lee had a solid game, finishing with 10. Dylan Walker is going to most likely finish with 16. Wells Milton will finish with 4. Ryder White is going to finish with 5. As Milton will get fouled. Flynn Hatch is going to finish with 6 on the day. And Bartu Seville will finish with 0. Ryan Phillips will finish with 6. Todd McPherson having a superb day, affecting transitions on both the defensive and offensive end. He will finish with 10 along with Davis Lee. Milton trying to get a lob to Jackman. Jackman will get another 2, and he will finish with most likely 10. And game over for your Highland Park Scots as they will nab a win. Wells Milton will hang on the rim in a celebratory fashion as they will finish non-district play undefeated, and they look to finish out their season going into district play undefeated. 73-48. Highland Park Scots get the dub. My name is Owen Marie signing off for the Highland Park Scots. Have a great rest of your new year.